Welcome to Shom Machshov on the Daf. Shir sponsor Luinishva Sam Yakashom Lea Basitzchok. We're holding more Metzia Daf Kuv Dalet. The Gemara in Amud Aleph, right after the Mishnah, brings a list of Tanoim that they're doirish Lashon Hedyot. To darshan what Hedyotos regular people use. Rashi explains Shir Gilu Hedyotos Lichtoiv Shaloi Ketakaras Chachamim. Hedyotos wrote it wasn't the Takaras of Chazal, but the Hedyot regular people wrote it, and therefore you could follow it. The Yad Eliyahu brings over here the Yerushalmi in the beginning of the 7th parak of this Masechta, that it says, Omar Bishai Someres Haminog Mevatel Sa'alocha. And what is the source of it? Is we're learning Megillah Shvus. This daf is learned in Erev Shvus. We're going to be reading in Shvus Megillah Shvus. And it says in the Megillah, V'zois lifnim Yisrael ala Torah ala Tmura. The Targum says, there's a minhag that you do, based on the minhag, that's how you follow. So even though Chazal gave us certain rules of what to do, if there's a minhag that everybody goes with, so that minhag is what we're going to follow. So the Lashon Hedyot is what people are used to write. We're going to follow this idea. And this, connect to here, what we learned in the past regarding what's Amri Inshi. The Tzaddik HaKoyin, in the beginning of the Sefer Lekutim Ma'amorim and Sefer Yeshua, goes on to explain, and just to add on what he says, Istakal B'Raiso B'Ralma. Baruch Hu gave the Torah, and the world is constructed based on the Torah. Based on how the Torah is, that's how the world appears. And Rav Tzaddik there goes on to say that the Torah Shebechtav is the source of everything in the Torah and everything in the world. But some things take time to develop. They need to come to fruition through human beings. And that's the concept of Torah Sheba'al Peh. Torah Sheba'al Peh means that there is some sources of inyonim in Torah, but then they have to develop through human beings. And they develop through what's the regular Torah Sheba'al Peh, through the adas of Chachamim, and also through what people do. He goes on to explain that what we find in many times at Shas, people say this thing, that means it's true. Why is it true? And the Gemara tries to find for it a source in the Torah. What's the purpose of that? Because the pshat, if it's said like this in the world, it's another gili of Torah. Torah is mizgala with the Torah Shebechtav, with the das of Chachamim, and what happens over here in the world. With that, he goes on to explain what's pshat. The Rebbe Kiva was learning Torah. The Moshe Rabbeinu seems to have said it didn't have. Moshe Rabbeinu said that he went to the Besmedish of Rebbe Kiva. He couldn't understand what Rebbe Kiva says, because Rebbe Kiva is developing the Yesodus of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu gives the Yisrael Torah Shebechtav, and Rebbe Kiva is developing it to the next stage. But it's all included Torah Shebechtav. It all comes from the same source. So according to this is very gishbak. What is Lashon Hedyot? Lashon Hedyot is not something which is contradicting the Torah, but it's another gilui of Torah. Because there's some parts of Torah that mizgala through human beings, as it says over there. The minhag that Am Yisrael is doing, that is a gilui of Torah as well. Anyone who wants to join Shom Machshava email us to what's ago, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.